Monthly September 2020 horoscope for zodiac sign Aquarius. There's a huge cycle ahead for you the next year. But before that, there are a few things you need to take care of in September 1st. Although you might not like it, this month challenges you to go a little deeper emotionally than you might be comfortable with. Don't sweat it though. With your co-ruler Saturn stationing direct at the end of the month, there's almost no way you come out of September at any position less than the top. To start off the month, something is ending on or around the 2nd. Indeed, the full moon Pisces and your 4th house of home bring a full realization that changes the way you feel about your family or upbringing. No matter what that change looks like, your feelings are being brought into the open in one way or another. As these feelings pour out, you gain some valuable insight from the past that will help you solve any issues with security. Your ambitions are clashing with societal norms and traditional expectations around the 3 as your co-ruler Saturn has a disagreement with the North Node. This is a firm reminder of your boundaries and your fears about connecting with others. On the 5th, your ruling planet Uranus makes a semi-square to North Node in Gemini. The planet of surprise and the point of karmic destiny bump shoulders in a way that makes you want to rebel. Specifically, this electric shock activates your 5th house of enjoyment and the 4th house of home and family. There are a couple of ways this could play out. But the thing to keep in mind is that you can't let your need for freedom take precedence over what you're meant to do. No matter what you think right now, not all responsibilities are heavy, and running from emotional commitments will only get you nowhere fast. It can be hard to speak up sometimes when your ideas are so out there though. Everything that comes out of your mouth is bound to be far-reaching after Mercury, the planet of communication, enters Libra. Over the next few weeks, this chatty energy explores your 9th house of expansion and foreign lands, drawing your attention to travel and philosophical pursuits. Venus, the planet of love and beauty, enters your polar opposite sign Leo on the 6th like a sweet song. She crosses through your 7th house of partnerships over the next few weeks to smooth things over. That's not to say anything about the people around you will be organized this month, though. In fact, when Mars stations retrograde in your 3rd house on the 9th, you're in for 8 to 10 weeks of half-baked plans, scattered solutions, and inconsistent energy. You're naturally someone who tries to make great strides. But this transit wants to show you the importance of small, repetitive efforts. Anything that takes place behind the scenes or in the dark is favored after the Jupiter stations in your 12th house of the unseen on the 12th. This is an extremely protective energy, making this the perfect time to kick any deep-seated fears, existential guilt, or self-destructive tendencies to the curb. Exciting opportunities abound on the 17th. Under the promise of the new moon in Virgo in your 8th house, you might even unearth a secret power of your own. To complement this new cycle, the Sun enters your 9th house on the 22nd to guide you to a higher meaning in your life, delivering experiences that take you far beyond this earthly plane. A couple of astrological changes take place on the 27th. But most of note for you is asteroid Ceres retrograde into your own sign and your 1st house. The self will take precedence at this time. And it's important for you to nurture your ego in healthy, positive ways. Others will probably mistake you for a caretaker or mother figure, even if you don't feel particularly nurturing. Emotionally needy people will gravitate to you. So stand your ground about boundaries. Communication centers around the professional sphere once Mercury enters your 10th house of career and life's work. Without a doubt, you'll be having an important conversation with someone in a position of power. But don't let this intimidate you. Pursuits involving investigation, digging beneath the surface, and politics are favored for the next month or so. Above all, you'll need to be serious, mature, and careful toward the end of the month, especially after Saturn stations direct in your 12th house on the 29th. Your understanding of sober responsibility and earned authority is being tested. Avoidance can be just as bad as ruthlessness. You see, don't be paranoid, but do be on the lookout for any secret enemies or suspicious figures throughout the rest of the year. Your growing power might attract some envious ne'er-do-wells. As you enter October, you're attracting attention from everyone, including yourself.